Welcome back to Cryptolytics, giving a fresh take on crypto analytics. Today, we're going to go over some airdrop opportunities, but we're going to come at it from the Solana ecosystem. Of course, if you've got a exchange that supports injective withdrawals, then you can always come at it from there. But personally, most of my assets are in the Solana ecosystem. So in order to participate in some of the injective ecosystem airdrops, I'm personally coming at it from Solana, and maybe you are too. And if so, this video is perfect for you. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? Okay, so here we are. As our first stop, we're just going to quickly have a look and see what kind of airdrop opportunities there are over in Injective. As I mentioned in my last video, I was going to cover a lot more and diversify a bit more into the Cosmos ecosystem. So that includes Tia, Celestia, Say, Injective. There's plenty of them out there, right? So the whole point here is, at least from my perspective, and anyone else out there who is a big Solana DeFi user, especially if you've got all these airdrops recently in Solana, you've got this extra liquidity to play with, why not try to compound airdrops and take advantage of more opportunities on other chains, right? And you don't need that much to bridge across to participate. So it's one of these things where why not, right? If you've got the time to do it, then I think it's probably well worth it. So we're going to go through this guide on X. However, I'm going to make some slight modifications to it. So we're not going to follow it verbatim. I'm going to show how we can go about doing it, bridging assets straight from the Solana network. So if you didn't hear about Injective last year, then I'm sure you'll hear about it at some point soon. It is a Cosmos-based AI narrative chain. So it sort of comes under a couple of different narratives, and it was really doing the rounds early last year. And that's when I bought some personally. My exchange, Pionex, does not support withdrawals. So what I will have to do is sell it into USDT, probably send it to Arbitrum, the USDT, and then use a bridge to bridge from Arbitrum to Injective. And that's probably how I'll get mine across. But as for coming from the Solana ecosystem, well, we're going to go about it slightly differently. And it seems there are ways to go about doing this that are relatively straightforward. You just have to sort of dive in and really try to find the different ways to go about getting in there. So first things first, if you don't have any Injective, then you'll probably need to grab some. There's one way to go about doing it, and that's if you've got an exchange that supports the withdrawal, then you can just do that. Or if you're coming from Solana like me, then you can actually bridge Sol across and then swap it on chain, which is what I'm about to show how to do. So if you don't have one set up already, then install and set up a Kepler wallet, save your seed phrase somewhere safe, and once it's installed, you can connect it, right? What we're going to do is come to the injective.network official page. Any links that I use will be in the description below. If we come over to the bridge, you can see there actually is Arbitrum as well, but I couldn't get my wallet connected to it for some reason, and it gives me a Cosmos wallet address, so that's obviously not right, but we can come from Solana. So first we're going to do a quick test transaction. So a small amount of Sol sitting here in this wallet. I'm just going to do a test with 0.1 to make sure it works. Also, when you bridge, it will convert a little bit to Injective for gas, but we plan on swapping this Sol directly into Injective anyway. So we'll just confirm the transaction and the bridge will start. So it's pretty quick, probably only take a minute or so. And then it'll come up with this screen where you just click redeem and your Kepler wallet will pop up. Click approve on the transaction request. And looks like that went through perfectly fine. Now, if you want to double check before you send any more assets that they are swappable, this is something that's a good idea to do when you've just bridged assets, to make sure you haven't just put them in a black hole and there's no token address associated to where you can swap, which isn't the case in this case, but this is something that you should probably do when you're bridging, to other chains and stuff like that. Is we're going to go to a swap platform just quickly and double check to make sure that we can actually swap the asset that we just brought across. So we're going to go to the next thing in the list, but I'm going to come back and bridge the rest once I've confirmed that it works. And the DEX I'm going to use is DOJO swap. Now that's the next one in the list. Again, all the links will be in the description below. What we're going to do is we're going to connect our Kepler wallet to this. So you just click connect at the top. From the list of assets, we're going to type in Sol, which is right here. And we're going to just transfer max. I've already transferred 0.1, as you can see. We're going to bring that into Injective. So that'll give us 0.522. So let's click that and see how we go. We've just got a approval, got to go through and click approve on. That looked like that worked fine. So no issues there. So we know that the asset that we just bridged is swappable. So that means that we're good to bridge the rest. So I'm just going to bridge the rest of the 5 Sol, leave a little bit in there for gas, and up we go. So that's our first step done. we've bridged Sol now to the Injective network. You can also try any of the other networks if you've got assets there. So what we want to do is we want to interact with as many of these protocols as we can. And this is how we're going to try to qualify for the airdrop. We're going to do volume and we're going to do number of protocol interact. Same deal we've been doing for the last few airdrop videos, right? Cool. So now we are done. I've finished swapping the rest of that Sol across. Took a small hit on it. If you go max, you can see I did bridge across 5.2, but it's 5.17. Negligible amount, right? So this is actually pretty good. Sometimes you get some pretty hefty bridging fees, but this one actually wasn't so bad. Another place you can go is your Kepler wallet. You can actually come in here and go to the dashboard and you'll be able to see all your assets in here. So you can see I got some Celestia, not a lot. I need to bridge the rest over. I've got a little bit of Osmo, you know, just for gas for swapping over there, so on and so forth. So from in here, you can also stake your Injective as well, but we are going to need to reserve some of it for DeFi activities, right? So what I tend to do for staking is I generally try to pick the ones with the lowest commission and with decent voting power and avoid any ones that are associated to centralized exchanges or anything like that. Commission on this one's 5%. Voting power is pretty high, but I'm going to contribute to decentralization a little bit more and try some of these other ones. You can actually go onto their website a lot of the time and, you know, see where they're from and all that sort of stuff to make sure that you're not staking to some random place that might rug you. So you always got to be careful about this stuff and do a little bit of due diligence. And remember that the unstaking period's 21 days. So this makes your Injective incredibly illiquid. So make sure you don't stake too much in here before you get started, because then if you make a mistake and you stake too much, then it's going to be locked in there for 21 days. So that means it's going to be stuck and you're not going to be able to do anything. And we want to do this airdrop farming for this month. So best we don't do too much. I'm just going to do maybe like the $100 out of the total roughly 500 that I have deposited. The APR is incredibly high. So that's really cool. But if this is what's being paid out to stakers, then this is the dilution that's happening. So if you're not getting this kind of yield from your Injective, then you're being diluted if you don't do it. So if you're holding a token and you're just not doing anything with it, like Injective or anything like that, and you can stake it and its staking rewards are quite high, then what you're doing is you're combating the inflation that's taking place from the staking reward. So you pretty much need to stake it in order to stave the inflation that's taking place on the token from the staking reward. So let's do this. There we go. So that's 100. That's just in there on auto stake. And if there's any left after we're done with the DeFi stuff, then I'll just stake the rest in there. So with the DOJO swap, we'll continue doing what we're going to do there. Let's just do some swapping just to leave some footprints in here. I've already swapped obviously from Injective to Sol. So, I mean, that's pretty good at least. I might do a stable farm. So DINJ and INJ looks like that could be good. What we're going to look at is we're going to look at their liquid staking token. So they've got the DINJ, which is their DOJO INJ. So we're going to actually convert a little bit of our Injective to DINJ and we're going to enter a stable pool with half Injective and half DINJ. And the reason why that's stable is because they both should be roughly the same amount unless the DINJ for some reason does some crazy thing and loses peg. So we're just going to do a small amount to start off with. There's only 10 Injective left, so I might just do a 2 and a 2. So let's just go here to 2, confirm. Okay, so now that's been swapped. Let's go to the farms and then we're going to add to this pool here, which actually has 82.7 APR, which is pretty sweet. So we'll come back over to swap and we're going to click liquidity here and we're going to combine the two here. So we're just going to go DINJ and we'll just max out the deposit for this. I just have to approve the spend. Oh, that's done now. And we're just going to click max over here. So we'll just pull that to the top one and then click max. So we're just going to basically select the max possible amount of DINJ to deposit into the farm. And that will automatically balance the Injective side to the pool. And we're just going to click provide, approve. Cool, that's done. Now that that's done, we're actually going to have to go over to the farms. And in here, you'll see up the top, it will populate with what you've got here. We're just going to click the plus on that and just click max, deposit all of it, approve. Cool. So now we have about, well, at least in this case, about 200, I think, dollars worth of liquidity in this pool, earning 82.67 in total, which is really nice. And every now and then you want to come in here and harvest your rewards and they'll come through as the DOJO token, which you can see currently is worth 24 cents. One of these sort of tokens you should probably farm and dump, but that's completely up to you what you want to do with it. You could hold on to it until the bull market or and sell it then, or you could just sell it immediately. That's completely up to you what you want to do with it. For now, we're just going to leave it because we're airdrop farming, and so we don't want to be sort of punished, I suppose, for selling off their token. So we'll just hold on to it. We'll let it do its thing. That's all good. So we've provided liquidity and we've performed a few swaps. Next, we're going to head to Black Panther and perform a few swaps there, and maybe add some funds to their vaults as well. So you'll come to here, you just got to tick these boxes, or they'll already be ticked. You just have to agree and continue. Connect up your wallet. I guess since all we have is Injective, I'll just swap Injective to Celestia and then back again, maybe. We'll just go with 5, I guess. I'm just going to swap them back and forth just to generate volume, right? Okay, so we can only go to USDT. Okay, cool. So be it. Cool. Now that's done, I'm just going to move that back. Lost a tiny little bit in gas, that's okay. Cool, that's a swap back and forth. Let's have a look at these vaults. This is the next thing we need to do, is add to a vault. So this looks like a trading vault, which is really cool. So I don't know how well it's done. Here's the performance here. This has performed really well. I mean, it's, you know, it's up and down like anything. It's probably a bot that's trading. Pretty cool, actually. Can only really go back till November, so we can't really see before that. But that's not bad. It looks like it's kind of suffering at the moment. If this is all the trades it's taking, that's pretty insane. Maybe it's doing like a grid strategy. You can click learn more and read exactly what it does here. So this is the trend following vault, and then we've got the real yield vault. This one here only really gives performance back here, and you can just read what it does here. That's pretty cool. Since I'm a bit of a degen trader, I'm going to go and add a little bit to the trend following vault. I feel like if it's following the current trend, which is down, then yeah, that might be nice. We've still got USDT apparently. I thought I swapped that back, but that's fine. I'm just going to add 100 USDT to this. Sure, I don't see why not. Again, if like this, for me, this is just money that I got from the Cheeto airdrop, and we've got the Dupe airdrop coming soon as well, right? So we've got all this free sort of money to play with. So why not, you know, get our hands dirty with our ecosystems? Like, you don't have to get stuck in the Solana ecosystem. We can branch out and try other things, and who knows, we might get more airdrops elsewhere. Multiplying airdrops, isn't that what it's all about, right? Cool. So I've put $100 in here. I think that's good enough. There's also grid trading as well, which is exactly what I was saying before. So what a grid trading strategy will do. So, I mean, this is just a rough mock-up of what a grid trading strategy looks like, but you know, it'll have all these sell orders above and all these buy orders below. And so for example, it'll start here. Let's just say it'll start here, and it'll start buying as it goes down. And then as it comes back up, it'll sell what it bought. So that's basically what a grid trading strategy looks like, roughly. And then it just keeps updating the grids if it's a bot and it's automated. That's good for ranging markets, but I feel like we're kind of in a trend at the moment. So let's just go with the trending market. Let's see what happens, I guess, you know, and at the end of the day, we've now interacted with the protocol, put a little bit of money in there. Though if we deposit in here, it's no longer Injective. So that kind of sucks because, you know, we do kind of want to be exposed to Injective. So I suppose what we should probably do is at the end of the month or at the end of next month or something like this, when we want to buy back, is just withdraw out of this pool and swap it back into Injective. So this is something you have to come back to and pull the money out. Although, yeah, you can see the last 7 days hasn't done very well, but that's kind of how this stuff works. It's going to be something where performance is going to be better the longer you leave it in there. So if you're expecting sort of short-term gains from this, then you may be disappointed. And if you click over here on airdrop, you can see that they are actually currently calculating points for their airdrops. So there you go. You'll see in here what's claimable to you, and hopefully eventually that goes up. At the moment it's 0 because I only just added or interacted with this protocol. Oh look, it's gone up 27 cents. That was pretty good. 27 cents in a couple of minutes, not bad. So let's move on to the next protocol, shall we? Next, we're going to use Helix, which looks like it's a Perp Dex. So that's a perpetual swap dex. You can swap tokens, you can trade perpetuals, and you can add liquidity. So I think I'm just going to stick to trading perpetuals on this one. So let's go. We're going to connect our wallets. Look, they got trading bots as well. Maybe this is all part of the Injective narrative, is that there's a lot of bots on here. Let's have a look and see what their bots are like. Yeah, it looks like it's a grid bot. So if you want to set up a grid bot, these guys have them, and it looks like they are also in Panther as well. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to actually have a play with grid bots, if we're in, say, a ranging market, then this might be a good spot to go. This to me doesn't look like much of a ranging market. Look at this craziness. I'm going to do perps personally. There's actually a lot to pick from. Pretty impressive. This might be even more than Drift. You can trade Sol in here, Celestia. It's all pretty good. I don't know what this Kira thing is, but it's going ballistic. Ah, it's a meme coin. Of course. Meme coins just do their own thing. They just ignore what the rest of the market's doing, and you know, everything else is pulling back, and this Kira thing's pumping like crazy. So you can see our USDT here. That's fine. I will open a very small trade. What kind of leverage do we have? 5x. Yep, that's pretty good. I can't really put any technical indicators on the chart here. So we're going to go back over to Coin Hall or TradingView or whatever you want. I'm just going to do a super trend, the 1 hour with Haikanashi candles, and we're going to swap this to Injective. Maybe that's what I want to trade. There's actually nothing to do just now, so we can do maybe lower the sensitivity, but we don't know if that's any good. I'm going to do 2 and 3 because I just had a quick look on TradingView back testing for that and it looked okay. Well, there's not much I can do with this right now, so I'll have to do this off video. We'll do a market order. We'll just do 5 USDT. Let's do a 3x because it doesn't like 5x. 12 USDT. Sure, why not? Cool, we'll just buy long then. Cool. So I'm now long Injective, very, very small position. It's going to put a stop loss order in at 35.31 just in case we keep tanking. I mean, that's obviously not the best place to put a stop loss because that's where you'll probably get hunted, but that's fine. I don't mind. Click 100%. So that's going to close the entire position. Once this price is hit, sure, click OK on that. Pretty good trading experience, to be honest. It'd be better if there was some more indicators in here, but that's okay. So we've got our stop loss in here, and should we put a take profit in? Probably. Let's go 39. It's going to go reduce only. 100% of the position. So we've interacted with the protocol. We've opened a trade. Now, what else can we do? Rewards for using liquidity bot. What's all this? Go up to round 8. Okay. Well, I'm going to add some liquidity to this. Looks like I've sapped all of my USDT out of here. So that's fine. I think it's probably enough just to trade in here. I mean, if you've got some spare capital, you could swap some more to USDT if you want and come into something like this carver pool. But I think in my case, I'm just going to leave it. So that's fine. For me, at least. Did we do any swaps? Let's do some swaps. So we're going to swap one Injective to USDT and then hopefully it actually comes back. This one looks like it doesn't like swapping. So we're not going to swap here. We're just going to move on. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to go to is Injective or INJ.space.id. And we're going to register our own INJ domain. Going to connect and approve. Cool. And I'm just going to put in, do whatever you want here. I'm going to go for what's kind of obvious, I suppose. So it's actually rent 0.12 INJ per year plus registration. That's fine. I don't mind that. Now I own cryptolytics.inj. That was easy. So next we're going to go to Talus. And the recommendation is that we swap Talus, stake Injective, and stake Talus. So we'll do that with just a little bit of capital, shall we? So we're going to come up to here where it says my Talus wallet, use Kepler, and approve. It's up to you. You can read this if you want. I never do. Cool. So this looks like a marketplace for NFTs. Pretty cool. It's saying for us to swap into Talus. So it's telling us to go to Helix to swap into Talus. Here is where we are going to actually do it. So you just come to my profile here, go to dashboard, and that'll come to this page here. It wants us to buy this token on Helix. So I guess we'll go to Helix, even though it didn't let us connect. So I mean, we'll just go back here and I'll just refresh the page. If you have any weird issues with connecting your wallet, then that's probably your best bet. Well, it looks like it's okay now. So there you go. So we're going to spend 0.4, I guess. So I can't even do this. So you probably might run into this issue as well, where all you can do is sell max, which is ridiculous. Can we type it in here? Okay, cool. We'll just type it in here. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Okay, I can part ways with 0.5. Initiate the swap. Swapped successfully. Cool, that's done now. Now we'll come back to Talus, manage. We've got 0, so we'll just have to refresh page again. Lots of refreshing. Reminds me of the old days. So we've got 200 Talus. Stake all 200. Cool. That's done. Not much voting power there, but at least it's in there. So this is just governance. So this is for voting for proposals, but I guess it's just to get points. So that's fine. Maybe you want to buy an NFT while you're here as well. That's completely up to you. I don't know if you want to just ape into NFTs though. Probably good to do a little bit of research before you buy one to make sure that you'll actually get some resale on it. So I'll let you do that if you wish. So next we've got the Hydro protocol, and this one I think might be a testnet. So let's have a quick look at this one, shall we? So this one is LS DeFi, which is really cool. So LS DeFi is liquid stake derivative fi, so as in like DeFi with yield bearing tokens. Bit of a narrative that's doing the rounds. So this is just on testnet. What my recommendation is, and you can come over to their Medium for this one on Hydro protocol and have a read. Very soon on the 31st of Jan, so that's when the Jupiter airdrop happens. For 4 weeks, they will be offering farming feature as part of initial liquidity strategy. So I think this is probably the best time to come and do this is after the 31st of January for 4 weeks. So that's basically February, bleeding over into a little bit of March, and go through and perform the various tasks required to get your points up there. At the moment, it's just in testnet. So you can try the testnet if you want. They've already got a leaderboard. So there's obviously people already participating in this. I'm going to move on. I'll leave a link to this Medium article in the description below the link to that site. So you can have a read through it and see if you want to participate. Next, we're going to check out Neptune Finance, which again is another testnet. So let's see if this one works. So this one actually connected, which is nice. So we'll come over to the Faucet, grab our Injective address to get the Faucet testnet tokens. If you can't find your Injective address, just come back to the Kepler wallet dashboard and you can grab it from in there. You just have to come into, for example, chains here, and then just pop into Injective and just copy it from up there. Cool. So I should have some testnet tokens now. I've got 300. That's a lot. It's $11,000. So let's just add 200 as collateral. Cool. So look at that. Feeling this was real, huh? And we're just going to borrow against it. So I'm going to borrow Injective from the Injective. So what's the max we can do? This is a stable borrow. So I'm borrowing Injective for Injective. And if I get liquidated, it ain't real money. So who cares? Cool. My account health is 1. Liquidation. Oh, whatever. Let's see what happens, huh? Hey, maybe now that we've done that faucet, we'll actually have testnet tokens. And we do. So come back to Hydra Protocol now that you've done that, and we're going to do some liquid staking, right? So we'll just pop in 200. That's fine. Mint and stake. That was complete. Cool. Okay, so we're going to come over to farm. We'll just pop in 100. I think I can agree, or I've read the agreement. Cool. And that's in there. Pretty impressive. 754% APR. If only that was real, huh? And we're going to do auto compound as well. So we'll just add 40 to this. Sure, let's just delegate that. So this vault looks like a auto compounding staking vault, which is pretty cool. So it's just like staking, but it'll automatically claim the rewards and then re-enter them into the pool. So that'd be cool once that's finally live, which is the end of the month. So this might be something worth using going forward, right? Because that is one thing about staking, is you have to constantly claim the rewards and then restake them. So I guess this protocol is aiming to bypass the need for that, which is pretty cool. Cool. So I guess we're done. So hopefully by following this strategy, our wallets will be eligible for potentially, this is 8+ airdrops. So staking rewards, testnet rewards, and possible future rewards for the Injective ecosystem users. If you have any Injective left over, you could either stake it or you could pop it into pool or something like that. It's up to you. For me, I am completely out. So I'm kind of glad that that's all of the tasks that we have to do for this. And we'll just monitor any trades that we have open, monitor the bots, see how they go. Hey, maybe they'll make us some passive income. That'd be quite nice. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, right? So hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you can please give it a like. That would be greatly appreciated. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you get updates when I release videos. This is definitely not the end of airdrop farming videos. There's plenty more where that came from, and also there's plenty more opportunities out there anyway. So I'll keep researching and seeing what I can find, and when I find some decent opportunities that we can get onto, then we're going to do it. So keep safe out there. Have a good one.